As humans, it's often hard for us to make sense of many of our dog's strange behaviors. Why does your dog sniff, but hump your leg, lick your face, or chase its own tail? It can seem completely baffling, right? Well, guess what? There's actually a reason behind each of these quirky actions. In today's video, we'll explore 40 of the weirdest dog behaviors you've probably seen, explaining exactly what's going on inside your dog's mind. From social cues and instinctual habits to those hilarious, head-scratching moments, we'll uncover the truth behind your dog's odd actions. By the end, you'll have a whole new understanding of your furry friend and why they do what they do. Whether you're a dog parent or just a dog lover, you'll learn some fascinating facts that will make you see your dog in a whole new light. So, before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss out on more fun and insightful dog content. Now, let's get started. 1. Kicking feet after pooping. Ever wondered why your dog kicks their feet after pooping? It's not just to cover things up. This behavior is about spreading pheromones from scent glands in their paws. By doing this, your dog is marking their territory and signaling ownership to other dogs. It's a natural way for them to communicate, marking the area as theirs. So, next time your dog kicks after pooping, remember, it's their way of saying, "This is my space." 2. Head tilt while listening. That cute head tilt your dog does when you're talking to them? It's not just adorable, it's purposeful. When dogs tilt their heads, they're improving their ability to focus on sounds. It helps them listen more carefully, whether it's your voice or environmental noises. That head tilt is their way of saying, "I'm paying attention and trying to understand better." 3. Sniffing butts. But sniffing may seem strange, but it's actually crucial for dog communication. When dogs sniff each other's behinds, they're gathering information about the other dog's identity, gender, health, and even reproductive status through scent glands. It's a dog's version of a handshake, a way to greet and understand one another. So, next time your dog gets a little too friendly with another dog's rear, it's all part of their social behavior. 4. Sniffing crotches. It might seem awkward when your dog sniffs your crotch, but it's just another way for them to gather information. Dogs have a keen sense of smell, and the crotch area contains pheromones that tell them about your mood, health, and emotional state. It's just their way of getting to know you better. So while it might be uncomfortable, remember, it's all about your dog trying to understand you. 5. Urine marking. When your dog lifts its leg to urinate in the yard, or even indoors, it's not just about relieving itself. It's sending a powerful message to the world around them. Dogs instinctively use urine marking to establish their territory and communicate their social status. The scent left behind acts as a signature, telling other dogs, "This is my space." Whether it's a quick mark on a tree or a more deliberate attempt on your favorite furniture, urine marking is an essential part of your dog's natural communication toolkit. So, when your dog marks its territory, it's not just a habit, it's a declaration of ownership. 6. Dragging their butts. If you've ever seen your dog scoot across the floor, it's probably left you wondering, what on earth is going on? This odd behavior is often a sign of discomfort or irritation, specifically in the anal area. Most of the time, it's related to anal sac issues where the glands around their bottom become full or impacted. While it may seem funny, it's actually your dog's way of trying to relieve the discomfort. If this becomes a regular occurrence, it might be time for a trip to the vet to ensure everything is in tip-top shape. 7. Circling before pooping. Have you noticed your dog circling around before they do their business? This behavior might seem random, but it's rooted in instinct. Circling before pooping could be linked to a dog's wild ancestors, who would circle to flatten grass or find the most optimal position before relieving themselves. It might also be a part of their instinctual need to mark their territory with their scent, or even to align their body with the Earth's magnetic fields. Whether it's to find the perfect spot or send a message to other animals, those little circles before pooping are more than just a quirky habit. They're a connection to your dog's primal instincts. 8. Humping. When your dog starts humping, it can be awkward or even a little shocking, but here's the thing, it's not always about sex. Dogs hump for a variety of reasons, from excitement and excess energy to a way of expressing dominance. It's their way of dealing with intense emotions or overstimulation, so it's not always something to be concerned about. While it may seem strange, this behavior helps them release pent-up energy or show who's boss in a playful, albeit sometimes awkward way. It's just one of the many ways your dog communicates its feelings. So, the next time your dog humps a pillow or even another dog, know that it's simply trying to express itself. 9. Jumping. Picture this. You walk through the door after a long day, and your dog is practically jumping out of their skin with excitement, their tail wagging like crazy. It's not just that they're happy to see you. It's their way of greeting you, showing their affection, and expressing pure joy. Jumping is a dog's natural way of saying, "I'm so excited to see you. Let's get closer." While it can be a little overwhelming at times, it's a sign of just how much your dog loves and appreciates your presence. They're eager to be near you, to share in the joy of your return. If you're trying to curb this behavior, gentle training and teaching alternative greetings can help, while still honoring their love and excitement. 10. Stretching when seeing their owners. You walk in the door, and there it is, your dog stretching in that cute classic dog pose. It's not just for show. It's their way of warming up and signaling that they're ready for some fun. Stretching is something dogs naturally do to get their muscles ready for action, whether that means a game of fetch, a run in the park, or simply hanging out with you. When they stretch upon seeing you, they're expressing their excitement and eagerness for whatever interaction comes next. It's a gesture that says, "I'm ready for some quality time with you." It's both a sign of their joy and a way of preparing for playtime, making it even more special when you can join the fun together. 11. Staring intensely. Ever caught your dog staring at you, eyes locked as if trying to communicate? This intense gaze goes beyond admiration. It's about connection and bonding. When your dog stares, it can signal love, curiosity, or even a request for that treat. But it's not just affection. Sometimes they're asking for attention, whether it's for a belly rub or playtime. It's their way of saying, "I trust you, and I need you to notice me." Studies show that when dogs lock eyes with their owners, oxytocin, the love hormone, is released. So next time your dog gazes at you, understand it's a moment of deep connection, even if it's just to get an extra treat. 12. Nuzzling. When your dog nudges you with their nose, it's more than a random act. It's their way of expressing affection and trust. Nuzzling is a physical gesture that strengthens your bond, a silent, "I trust you and feel safe with you." Dogs nuzzle to seek attention, affection, or just to be close. Whether it's a gentle rub against your hand or face, it's their tender way of saying, "I need you." So, when your dog nuzzles you, cherish this intimate moment. They're sharing their love in the sweetest way possible. 13. Bringing gifts. Ever come home to find your dog offering you a gift, whether it's a favorite toy or even a shoe? It may seem strange, but it's actually a powerful gesture. Dogs are possessive of their belongings, and by bringing you something, they're showing trust and affection. It's their way of saying, "I love you, and I want to share this with you." Like humans giving gifts to express love, your dog's offering is a special bond-building act. Whether it's a toy, sock, or random object, accept it with a smile. It's their way of showing you, "I trust you with my heart." 14. Licking, a sign of affection. When your dog licks you, it's their way of saying, "I love you." Licking is a deeply ingrained behavior that dogs do to show affection, much like humans hug or kiss. It's their sweet, nonverbal way of bonding with you and expressing their love. This simple act is a gesture that strengthens the connection between you and your furry friend, reminding you of the special bond you share. So when your dog gives you a loving lick, know it's their way of saying, "You are my person and I trust you." 15. Licking, grooming, and care. Beyond affection, licking can also be a way for dogs to groom you. In the wild, wolves lick each other to keep their pack clean and healthy. When your dog licks you, they're essentially grooming you, reinforcing their role as a caring member of your pack. It's a beautiful reminder of how your dog sees you as part of their family and how they want to keep you safe and comfortable. Whether it's a gentle lick on your hand or a quick swipe of the tongue, this act reflects their love and care. 16. Licking, gathering information. Dogs also lick to gather information, especially when they're trying to learn more about their environment. They might lick your skin or face to pick up on what you've been eating or how you're feeling. This behavior, a remnant of wolf pups who lick their mother's face to get food or care, is how dogs stay informed. It's their way of understanding the world around them through taste and scent, tapping into the primal instincts that have kept dogs connected to their pack for centuries. 17. Licking, trust, and comfort. At its core, licking is a sign of trust. Dogs don't lick just anyone. They reserve this behavior for the people they trust and feel secure with. When your dog licks you, it's their way of saying, "I trust you completely." This instinctive action goes beyond affection. It's their way of seeking comfort and reassurance from you, knowing that you're their safe space. So when your dog licks you, it's not just a random act. It's a deep, emotional connection that reflects their need for security and closeness. 18. Twitching during sleep. When your dog twitches in their sleep, they're not just moving randomly. They're dreaming. Just like humans, dogs experience dreams during REM sleep. Their twitches are responses to the dreams they're having, whether it's running or chasing. It's a reminder that their minds are active, even in rest. 19. Howling. Dogs howl to communicate, express excitement, or respond to sounds like sirens. Howling is their ancient way of announcing presence or seeking attention, even in a modern world. It's their unique form of connecting with you and their surroundings. 20. Destructive behavior. When your dog chews or digs, it's often due to stress, boredom, or separation anxiety, not mischief. Dogs need stimulation, and without it, they may release energy in destructive ways. More exercise and attention can help prevent this behavior. 21. Panting. Panting is your dog's way of cooling down, but it can also signal excitement or anxiety. If they're panting when you're about to walk, it's likely excitement. If it's during stressful moments like a vet visit, it could be anxiety. Pay attention to the context. 22. Chasing their own tail. Tail chasing is a playful energy release for puppies, but for adults, it can indicate boredom or stress. While it's fun to watch, obsessive tail chasing may mean your dog needs more physical or mental stimulation. 23. Winking. Winking is usually a sign of discomfort or irritation, not flirting. If your dog winks often, they might have something in their eye like dust. Keep an eye out for this behavior. It can mean they need a quick eye rub or a vet visit. 24. The zoom eyes. Ever seen your dog suddenly sprinting around like they've just had a burst of pure joy? That's the zoom eyes. This is your dog's way of releasing pent-up energy, especially after a bath or when they've been cooped up for too long. It's their form of celebrating freedom, and it's a beautiful sight, but it's also a sign that they need more physical activity to burn off excess energy. 25. Eating poop. While it might make you cringe, dogs eating poop, known as coprophagia, is actually not as uncommon as you'd think. It could be driven by a mother's instinct to keep her den clean or a dog's need to replenish lost nutrients. In some cases, it may also be linked to stress or anxiety. While it's a natural instinct, it's always worth monitoring to make sure it's not a sign of an underlying issue. 26. Licking their paws. If your dog is constantly licking their paws, it's more than just a grooming habit. Excessive paw licking could indicate irritation from something sharp, allergies, or even infections. It's their way of trying to comfort themselves. So if the behavior becomes frequent, a vet checkup could be in order to rule out any health concerns. 27. Digging. Dogs dig for many reasons: burying treasures, nesting, or simply seeking a cool spot on a hot day. But if your dog's digging seems excessive, it might be due to boredom or anxiety. It's a natural instinct, but it can also be a way to relieve stress. Understanding the root cause can help you address it, whether that's providing more toys, mental stimulation, or even a dog-friendly digging area. 28. Eating grass. If your dog is munching on grass, it could be an attempt to soothe an upset stomach or simply enjoy the texture. It's a common behavior in many dogs, and while it's typically harmless, it's always good to keep an eye on their digestion. Some experts believe it may even provide them with additional fiber to aid in digestion. Nature's remedy at work. 29. Urine marking for territory. If your dog is peeing on everything, don't worry. It's not a sign of defiance, but a deeply ingrained instinct to mark their territory. When a dog urinates in a certain spot, it's their way of claiming it as their own, signaling ownership and asserting dominance over that area. This behavior is especially noticeable in unspayed males, but even female dogs and neutered males may do it. It's their way of communicating to the world that this is mine, and it's a part of their natural social structure. 30. Sitting on your feet. Have you ever noticed your dog curling up and sitting right on your feet, especially when you're at rest? It may seem odd, but it's actually a sign of affection and a deep need for security. When dogs sit on their owner's feet, they're showing that they trust you and feel safe in your presence. It's their way of staying close to you, providing a sense of protection, and creating an unbreakable bond. It's a gesture that conveys their love and a need for reassurance, especially in unfamiliar or uncertain situations. 31. Licking each other's private parts. This one can be a bit awkward, but there's a reason behind it. When dogs lick each other's private areas, it's a way of understanding each other's health, mood, and even social status. It's more than just grooming. This behavior helps dogs maintain their social bonds and ensures that they are in good physical condition. While it may seem strange to us, for dogs, it's a necessary part of their communication and social hierarchy. It's their way of saying, I care about you, and maintaining their close-knit relationships. 32. Submissive urination. If your dog urinates when greeting you or when they're excited, it's likely a case of submissive urination. This behavior is often seen in puppies or dogs that haven't fully developed confidence. It's not a sign of a problem, but rather a way for dogs to communicate their emotional submission or desire to avoid confrontation. When they pee a little in response to being approached, it's a way of signaling to you, I trust you and I'm not a threat. It's simply their way of showing respect in the canine world. 33. Rolling on their backs. There's something undeniably adorable about seeing your dog flop onto their back and roll around in the grass. But it's not just because they're enjoying themselves. When dogs roll on their backs, it's a complex mix of communication and comfort. They might be expressing trust, as exposing their belly is a vulnerable position. Only those they trust will see them like that. It could also be an instinctual behavior related to scent marking or even a way to relieve an itch. So, when your dog shows you their belly, it's their way of saying, I trust you and I feel safe with you. 34. Sighing. Ever catch your dog letting out a deep sigh? It's not just about relaxation. It's their way of communicating their emotional state. When a dog sighs, it's often an expression of contentment, signaling that they're at ease in their environment. But it can also be a sign of resignation, especially if they're feeling a little overwhelmed or bored. It's their way of letting you know exactly how they're feeling without saying a word. Whether it's a sigh of relief after a long day or a little huff when things aren't going their way, your dog is sharing their inner world with you. 35. Exposing their belly. You know that heartwarming moment when your dog rolls over and shows you their belly? It's not just adorable. It's a deep sign of trust and affection. When a dog exposes their belly to you, they're putting themselves in a vulnerable position, something only those they feel completely safe with can witness. It's an intimate gesture, expressing both submission and comfort. In the wild, exposing the belly could mean surrendering, but in your home, it's a declaration of trust. I'm comfortable with you, and I feel at home here. So, next time your dog offers you their belly, know that it's a precious gift. 36. Grumbling. There's something almost cozy about hearing your dog grumble as they curl up in their bed or snuggle up next to you. These little grumbles, groans, or mumbles are more than just noise. They are a vocal sign of satisfaction. When dogs grumble, it's often a sign of pleasure, contentment, or relaxation. It's their way of telling you that they're at peace and enjoying the moment. Whether they're being petted or simply resting, those soft grumbles are like their version of satisfied, letting you know that everything is just as it should be. 37. Turning their rear. Have you ever noticed your dog turning their back on you, facing away while you're sitting together? It might feel a little odd, but this behavior actually carries deep meaning. When a dog turns their rear to you, it's not an act of defiance. It's a display of trust. Dogs are most vulnerable when their back is exposed. So when they show their rear to you, they're saying, "I trust you completely." It's a sign of affection and submission, an invitation to come closer, and a way of signaling that they see you as part of their trusted pack. 38. Circling before lying down. If you've ever watched your dog make several loops around before settling down, it's a behavior that traces back to their wild ancestors. Dogs have an instinct to circle before they lie down, and this behavior serves multiple purposes. In the wild, circling helped dogs create a comfortable, safe spot to sleep by flattening the grass and ensuring there were no hidden predators nearby. In your home, this ritual is a way for them to make their resting spot feel just right, both physically and psychologically. It's their way of making sure that when they lie down, it's a secure and comfortable place to relax. 39. Head pressing. If you notice your dog pressing their head against a wall, furniture, or even your legs, it's a behavior that should never be ignored. Head pressing can be a sign of serious neurological distress. It's a concerning symptom that often indicates issues such as brain tumors, encephalitis, or other neurological conditions. Unlike normal head tilting, which is just curious or playful, head pressing is persistent and uncomfortable. If your dog is exhibiting this behavior, it's essential to seek immediate veterinary attention. Your dog's health and well-being are at stake, and prompt care can make all the difference. 40. Following their owners. Have you ever noticed how your dog seems to follow you everywhere? Whether you're heading to the kitchen, walking to the bathroom, or even just moving around the house, your dog is never far behind. This behavior stems from their pack mentality. Dogs are deeply social creatures, and their instinct is to stay close to their pack, their family. When your dog follows you, it's a beautiful sign of loyalty, companionship, and trust. It's not just about wanting to be near you. It's about being in your presence for comfort and connection. And let's not forget, your dog has probably learned that being close to you means affection, treats, or maybe even a walk. So there's a little bit of positive reinforcement in the mix too. Thank you so much for watching until the end. We've explored 40 strange dog behaviors and uncovered the meanings behind each one. Understanding these behaviors brings us closer to our furry friends and strengthens our bond with them. If you found this video interesting and helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any future videos about the fascinating world of dogs. Feel free to share this video with your friends and family so everyone can learn more about the adorable behaviors of our canine companions. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.